I've been wanting to film for so long, but haven't necessarily had the time to. And if I'm being honest, it's just didn't have the time. My chicken had a hole in it. The Ziploc bag that I had it in had a hole in it. That sucks. I've been wanting to record for a long time, but I just haven't really feeling it. And I know I said before that I wanted to make YouTube like a full-time job and treating it as such. And like, you know what? I think that was one of my biggest mistakes. Once I tried to turn it into like a full-time job, then it turned into like the whole scheduling part of it, and like everything that I didn't like about a job turned into doing YouTube. And I enjoy making videos, filming, editing and stuff. It was not my favorite thing that happened. I feel like when I put all the pressure on myself for the last, I would say like 6 months, told myself and my wife too, we were like, you know what, we're gonna do this till July, see how it goes. It just didn't work out. There was always like something wrong that we just stopped doing it. We just didn't have time to, you know. Everything just turned into like more of a priority. And I feel like that's how a lot of people get when they try to do YouTube, which it's not our first time trying to make YouTube a thing. It's just, this time was the time we tried to put like a timeline on it and, you know, make it a little more serious, try to take it a little more seriously. And I think that's where we went wrong, because once there was deadlines and there was like more stress about it, it stopped becoming fun and stopped being something that we wanted to really like do and put our energy towards. I think it was especially hard too because I was in school. I just finished my second semester of rad tech school, and I'm in my summer portion of it now, which is I'm doing 40 hours a week. And it's been kind of rough, but we've been managing. I'm doing 410s because that's all my school allows me to do. If I could do the 312s, I would. I finished my second semester again, straight A's, surprisingly. I feel like I didn't study a whole lot, especially compared to my first semester, because I feel like I was trying to like stay afloat at first. And this semester I tried to do the same thing, and it was like I was just putting more stress on myself than I needed. For some reason I took it a lot easier this time. It just worked out a whole lot better. You know, I barely even studied. And I feel like it was because my first semester had a lot of like basic fundamentals and really taught me the things that I needed to know and stuff that was really not important to learning at the time. So I feel like that made a huge impact in like how much I actually studied, even though for every exam I felt like I was just like didn't know any of the content. But regardless, I passed somehow. Ugh. Chicken is disgusting. I hate cutting chicken, I hate prepping chicken, everything about it. I just eating it's fine for the most part. Getting it ready, not the best. I finally started going to clinicals this last semester too, which I feel like that was super eye-opening. There was a lot of things that I was expecting to be worse, harder than it actually was. If I'm being honest, it wasn't bad at all. I was expecting like the horror stories and everything like everybody else in every other healthcare program gets. I feel like I had a very positive experience. Your experience is what you make of it. And I figured since I'm literally paying to be there, to do all these things, I'm gonna get as much as I can out of it. So that's what I did. It put me in a good position to where it's like when I graduate, if they want to hire me, I may have that option if they can, you know, if they want to. So I feel like that was pretty cool. I'm really ahead on my comps right now. I'm pretty surprised that I was as ambitious as I was and apparently aggressive as I was trying to get them. I had never worked in a hospital setting, patient care setting, anything like that. So I was really nervous about that. Luckily, everything was okay. So if you want my advice for, I don't know, surviving school, it's just make the best out of it, you know. I'm not saying fake it till you make it, because I hate when people tell me that. I don't know, I just feel like it's not really doing me any good, because eventually I'm not gonna be able to fake it. My thing is just, if you don't know it, just do it. Do it as much as you can, over and over again, and then eventually you'll get it. Right now, my biggest struggle is learning techniques because everybody wants to use AEC and nobody really wants to teach me the techniques, or yeah, just nobody really wants to help me learn these things. Like I said, I'm doing pretty good on my comps too. Funny story, I did do a cross table lateral spine. It was a C-spine, but it didn't count because my marker did not show up and it fell off, even though I put it there. It's okay. I'll get it again. You know, they're not in any, there's no shortage of cross table lateral spines. Another thing too with trying to make YouTube like a full-time job is it took a lot of the fun out of doing the things, and it made me really overthink what to post. The goal was to, you know, try and monetize and grow that way so we can try to get my wife out of her job. That kind of pressure just wasn't good, especially because it was not forcing me to make, but essentially it was like forcing me to make videos on stuff that I didn't really care about. So even though I haven't posted since January, saying that I was going to take YouTube seriously and post to document and stuff, it's like none of the stuff was authentic enough for me. It didn't feel like it was like really what I wanted to post about. It just felt like it was really forced, and I didn't like it at all. And I figure if I didn't even want to look at it, why would anybody else want to either? So a lot of my videos, they've been scrapped, re-recorded multiple times. Hopefully though, I'm not giving up, but for now, I want to do more fun projects that I'm choosing to do for me, not to try and monetize, not to try and grow, just stuff for me that I like to do. A lot of the stuff I do like also is just when people are talking, just like this, and just doing just stuff, just, I don't know. I guess this is what the vlogging stuff is that I kind of liked. So I'm trying this. Yeah, so I'm just trying to do things that I enjoy now, as opposed to trying to force the monetizing and stuff. It just feels a lot better that way. Yeah, a lot of other things went on too. For the most part, that's all I'll really say. Is just there's been other things that have been more important than just pulling out the camera to record. I feel like that's where most people who try to do YouTube get stuck also. And fortunately, that was what happened to me this time. Usually what happens is like I'll try to do videos and I'll find something that kind of works a little bit just for me to get tired of it again, because it doesn't work. It's not growing, you know, people don't like it. It's not something that I enjoy after a while too. It's not following me, and you know, I feel like that's something that a lot of people have to deal with also. Don't worry, I washed this. You didn't see it, but I washed it. I washed this and I washed those two. These guys, this one, all of them. Washed all of them. Don't worry about it, they're clean. Gave me an orange one. Also went to the doctor, found out there's not some things wrong with me, but there's some things that could use my attention. So we're gonna work on that a little bit too. I'm very much ready to be finished with school though. Uh-oh. What happened, dude? You okay? If you hear my son in the background, I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. Whatever. Can you guess what I'm making? Just by looking at all this stuff? Just chicken and bell peppers. By no means am I a chef or anything like that. I wouldn't even consider myself like a cook. I don't even cook that great sometimes. Sometimes when I make stuff, it just turns out really bad, but I'm trying. Yeah, so I think most of the videos from here on out, they're gonna be more enjoyable things, less like talking about like, I don't know, less teachy type stuff, more like videos I enjoy watching, which may not be the best idea if I do want to grow. But you know what? I'd rather enjoy it and have a slow grow than not enjoy it. I want to cut it this way this time for these ones, just cause. Nice. And we'll go right there too. Yeah, so rad tech school's cool. I'm very much ready for it to be done, just so I can spend more time with my wife and my son, because that's what I enjoy doing. I don't enjoy being at clinicals unpaid for 40 hours a week for months at a time. Who's you guys' favorite YouTubers? I have a few of them. I'm not ashamed to say that I do like phase rug videos. And I am not 12. I am not 11. I am not 6 or 7. Fuck, that was stupid. There you go. My wife tells me I do this thing when I'm recording where it's like I try to put on a character. which I'm not. Or I use my customer service voice, which I'm not. It's just the way I think about things when I'm recording. I'm like, oh, maybe I should try to be a little more animated, because I am not an animated person. I'm very quiet, reserved to myself. And I feel like a lot of people might not want to see that. I know for sure I don't at times. If I say anything a little out of pocket, sorry. I do like FaZe Rug still. Who else do I watch? There's this dude. He's one of the like a chef. We'll say he's a chef. I found him on TikTok, and now he's on YouTube. He's very big on YouTube now, which is freaking crazy. His name is Ian Fujimoto. He makes videos like this, except he's actually teaching you stuff. I'm just doing it and talking to you is what's going on here. The videos that I would actually like to make, one of the really good YouTubers that I watch too, his name is Kevin Ha. Love his videos. He hasn't been posting very much, probably busy, whatever. We're friends through YouTube. He just doesn't know me yet. Oh, I missed the stem. There we go. There we go. Ian too. We're friends too. You just don't know it yet either. I'm Filipino too, dude. You know, whatever. It's not like I'm saying we're basically cousins, but we're basically cousins. What happened, dude? Dad's cooking. I'm cooking. You like that? That was pretty neat. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do that. They're like fairly even too. Yeah, I want my videos to be more like hangout. Like we're hanging out and talking about stuff. I guess a lot of people don't like, I don't know, how do I say it? People don't look for this type of stuff. But me, I look for this type of stuff to just have on like while I'm just sitting and I don't want to like really watch something, just like to hear in the background, or like talking to a friend where I don't really have to think about anything, or like I can just like scroll, you know, hang out with my son and my wife, do whatever. Just have something going on that's not like music that I have to worry about, just somebody talking, and just like feel like I'm just like involved something, I guess. I don't think that's really what it is. So yeah, if I'm not providing any value to you, maybe it's because you're not in the right spot yet. Maybe try chilling out a little bit. Go sit down, read a book, pull out your phone, scroll a little bit, just toss me on in the background. We can be friends just like this. I love to talk about things. I tend to kind of stop myself from talking about a lot of stuff because, if I'm being honest, I probably think a lot of like out-of-pocket stuff, which I probably shouldn't be doing if I want to do YouTube like this, or at least wait till a little later in the video, or at least wait until I grow a little bit, when I grow a little bit. These are the kinds of videos I want to watch. I don't want to teach somebody stuff. I don't want to try and sell people courses. I don't want to try and sell merch. I just want to speak to the camera, to somebody, and just kind of say stuff and have some people say some stuff back. And then maybe eventually what I would like to do is bring my wife. So my wife can say stuff to the camera, to people, so they can also say stuff back to her. Not like a family channel. Eventually, maybe, if it works out, but for right now, it's just like I just want to record. I love making like cinematic videos and stuff, doing camera angles and stuff, but it gets very time consuming. My son is 2.5 years old, very Velcro-y, and he's just watching me right now, just so interested in what I'm doing. And I just want to like sit there and do things and teach him stuff. It gets a little time consuming to do those things, and I still want to post things, and I will eventually go back to trying to do the cinematic videos and cinematic vlogs and stuff. But until then, have a little video like this where I'm just talking about, like, for this one, right, where I've been and what happened, why I said I was going to take it seriously, and why since that video I've posted absolutely nothing. And I feel like it was the pressure of everything, the timing of everything, and I'm just not ready to make that kind of commitment to doing stuff. I should probably stop waving this around. That I'm not like fully like passionate about really, because like I said, I'm not trying to sell you a course. I'm not trying to teach you stuff. I'm not entirely trying to entertain you, but I'm just trying to talk to you and trying to just connect, because I feel like a lot of people are missing that. A lot of people don't post very often about it. And I feel like if I do this and people watch, it'll encourage me a little more to do things like this. I'm also not gonna do any heavy, like super, like, well, not super heavy editing. I might color grade this. I'm pretty sure I shot it in log on accident. So I'll probably end up just throwing a LUT over it, you know, just doing the color recovery, S-Log through to Rec 709, call it a day, make sure my audio's sounds all right, and just go, because I've been putting off a lot of my progress because nothing is like what I've been wanting to watch. So why would somebody click on it? What I'm asking you to do right now is, if you're watching this video, please comment, what do you think? What do you watch? And if you were going to post, like what would you post and why? Because yes, the whole YouTuber lifestyle seems so nice. Everybody's always on trips. They're just doing whatever they want. They're also doing the whole businessy side of it, which is fine. You know, I'm not knocking it or anything, which eventually you might have to do that. I'm not trying to sell merch, like I said. I'm not trying to sell you a course, teach stuff, because I'm not a genius or expert in stuff. And I don't have like all the time in the world to try to put energy and effort into that. If I'm not at school, I'm at home with my son and my wife, and there's things that I have to prioritize. And I'm just a regular dude just trying to show you that, you know, you can post, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I think that's where I went wrong too, is I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to be like Kevin's videos. Kevin's videos, I feel like, are some of the most perfect videos out there because of his color grading, his angles, the way he speaks to the camera. It doesn't feel scripted, which, is it scripted? I don't know. He hasn't let me know that yet, but we're working on it. I would like to do stuff like that eventually, but right now it's just not feasible at the moment, just because I don't have time for it. It's not my main focus. There's things I have to get done first before I can get to that point. And also I gotta figure out what works for me too. But anyways, I've probably been repeating myself a little too long. If you did make it this far, please comment what you watch, who you watch, what you want to talk about, because I don't mind just propping my camera up and talking. You might have to deal with my son talking a little bit, and I hope it doesn't really bother you because he's freaking awesome. Tomorrow's Father's Day too, so please say Happy Father's Day to your dad or to me in the comments, please. Thanks. I'm gonna wrap it up. I have to make whatever this is. I asked you what you thought it was. Please comment that too. I'm probably asking a whole lot of you, whatever. I'm making chicken fajitas because my wife wants chicken fajitas for dinner today, you know, so here I am doing my best. And hopefully you can subscribe, you can like, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.